What's going on, everybody? It's December. It's Monday, December 13th. The biggest story of the week. Joe and Harry got their first Call of Duty Caldera win opening night. Amanda Nunes lost the fight. That might be the biggest thing we have to talk about today. The Steelers lost, but they did something in the fourth quarter, and that's it. Here we go. The Steelers will never be last in the league in running again.
It's a good time to get hot.
Holy crap, guys. That's pretty cool.
And a Rabu.
Najee Harris, running back, first round. I think the Steelers will target him. Welcome to Monday, everybody. I'm half your host of your favorite sports podcast. I'm Joe. That's Harry. Harry, what's going on, man?
Not much, man. Not as disappointed as usual during football season because there was only one loss instead of two.
Only one team this week. And, you know, I've had some time to sit on West Virginia's season, and I'm honestly feeling a little better about it. 2 weeks removed.
Yeah,
I am. I'm feeling a little better. The biggest story, funny enough, of our West Virginia-Pittsburgh podcast is Amanda Nunes getting beat. So why don't we overview that? She got beat.
Yeah, she looked a little checked out in that fight.
Yeah, I don't know if it was something going on personally with her, or if it was just she never caught punches like that, and she was confused. She's like, "Is this what it feels like when I hit people?"
Yeah, I don't. Maybe, I mean, she hasn't had much competition. She's been blowing through people.
Mm-hmm. Not since very early in her career, anyways.
She would go into those fights just smiling. Now she's got that kid, and I don't think her attention's fully on the fight. She probably thought she was just gonna blow through this one as well, and
so did
looked
everybody
like it in the first round.
Yeah,
and then in the second round, the other one started punching back, and she wasn't defending herself at all. It just felt like she was just standing there.
It was weird. That's the thing too. I felt like in the first round, you know, Pena did a little bit, but I'm like, all right, it still feels like a Nunes fight. The second round came out, and it just turned into a slugfest. Which didn't seem like Nunes. She didn't have any of her patience. None of her.
She should win the slugfoot, but she wasn't moving her head. I mean,
no.
One girl just kept tagging her.
And I didn't know if she was that fast or what was going on, but it didn't. And then she tapped very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like as soon as she got those, she didn't try to fight it. She didn't try to take her arm
It
off.
didn't look like she even got the full squeeze in yet. She had her in the rear naked choke, and it didn't even look like she got the pressure.
Yeah.
And Nunes,
she didn't even get her hand off the ground.
No,
to try and fight it. She just started tapping. It was quick.
Yeah, so I was very confused.
Maybe that's the end of her. Maybe she'll come back stronger.
Boy, Ronda Rousey checked out quick like that, huh?
Yeah, well, Ronda.
That fight from Holly Holm.
Yeah.
Never was.
I don't think it'll be similar. Ronda Rousey thought she was like invincible, unbeatable.
She was at the time. I mean, we've never seen a female fighter like that before.
She got knocked out, and people just found out all you got to do is just stand with her.
Yeah.
And
that's true.
Yeah. But Amanda's
became a big movie
star. She's had losses. Amanda's had losses before.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a little bit of thinking she was unbeatable now, and maybe she'll come back and actually train. And
maybe her cousin's brother's neighbor's uncle had a bet on Pena, and Nunes cashed out there.
I feel bad for that guy that bet 300,000.
Can you imagine? Why would you I mean, everyone in the world probably thought that was the one fight that was a sure thing. So you're like, it's almost sure money, but still risking 300,000 for 20, 28, 30,000 seems very dumb. No matter if it's a sure thing.
Casino made some money.
Yeah. Other than that, the Oliveira Poirier was shocking to me. Not only did I think Poirier would win, I was kind of shocked at how much he got dominated.
Yeah, I mean, the second round was all Oliveira.
The first round was
Poirier dominated.
The first round was close.
It could have been 10-8 both rounds.
Yeah.
I mean, vice versa. It could have been Oliveira 10-8 the second round and Poirier 10-8 the first round. I mean.
Yeah, Poirier never – I'll say after the first round, Poirier looked exhausted. I don't know if that had anything to do with the fight, but I feel like he spent everything he had trying to knock Oliveira out. And he didn't go. He just kept eating the punches.
He hit him hard a bunch of times.
He did.
He'll probably knock out a lot of people. And you would think, I was seeing him hit. I was like, oh man, this guy's going to get knocked out in the first round. He's not defending. He's just walking forward.
He ate them all.
Walking through these punches.
I mean, a couple hobbled him, but a few good ones caught him, and he didn't. He just walked through it.
I mean, this is the second fight in a row. The Chandler fight was the same thing. He got knocked down in the first fight. Almost got finished, but he kept moving. I mean, he can take a hit.
This has kind of changed my opinion of Olivier. Well, however you say his name, I don't know.
Oliveira.
Yeah, Oliveira. There you go. That's easier than I made it sound. I don't know why. I don't know why that trips me up so much. But I didn't. I never thought he was that good before this. He always looks kind of out of it. But this changed my opinion of him. He looked nasty, and I don't know who's going to beat him right now.
I think the first fight of his that caught my attention was when he beat Kevin Lee.
Yeah.
He had already started a little winning streak, but I was like, man, this guy's
even that though. Really I'm still never that because I'm never not big on Kevin Lee either. I was never big sold on him. He just never showed me much where I thought he was like a real champion. And then, but boy, did he dust Poirier.
He's been putting it together. I think that he was putting pressure on him. Poirier wasn't expecting the guy to just be in his face. You're hitting the guy as hard as you can, and the guy just keeps coming right in your face, kneeing you in the stomach, trying to punch you just everywhere. I mean, that's strength. So you turn around, and next thing you know, the guy's like climbing on you. And then when he's on top of you, it's over.
That second round was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was fun. Well, I guess him and Gaethje are next.
Yeah, and I don't think Gaethje stands a chance, honestly.
I mean, the only thing I'll say is your chin can only take so many hits until that thing gives out. And Gaethje can hit pretty hard too. And the way these fights are looking, it's looking like he's just going to take some hits to get him where he wants.
Mm-hmm. Well, the trouble too is, though, with guys like Poirier and Gaethje, they're stand-up fighters. And he's such a good grappler. I feel like there's got to be someone, you're going to need more of a grappling opponent to come in and fight him. Because if he gets your back, it's over.
Poirier is okay on the ground.
He's okay. He can defend. He's better than guys like Connor, right? But when you're fighting
Gaethje doesn't have anything on the ground.
When you're fighting a real grappler, like Poirier is enough where he's better than some of the puncher guys. He can defend himself, but he's not good enough to go toe-to-toe with a guy that can really grapple.
Him and Islam will be a good fight.
That's the fight I want. And that's the only, because I don't see Gaethje beating him. I know Connor wants to fight. Connor can't beat him. Let's be honest.
They both have all right stand-up. Oliveira might have a little better stand-up, but he takes more damage. And on the ground, Makhachev is probably more, dominant. Mm-hmm. Puts you down and gets you. But Oliveira is dangerous whether he's on top or whether he's on the bottom.
I saw Tony Ferguson already wanting him.
Huh?
Tony Ferguson, I saw already on social media wanting that fight.
Who? Oliveira?
Yeah.
He already destroyed Ferguson.
I think Ferguson beat him last time, didn't he?
No, they played.
Not last time. Last time he beat him before.
I don't think.
Well, he had a little clip video he put together.
He just said he didn't finish him, but he beat the brakes off of him the whole fight.
Did he?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Ferguson's delusional now.
He's washed. He is delusional. He's still posting videos of him and Khabib that he edits on Adobe. So, of him beating up a pretend Khabib. So he is delusional. But I don't see anyone right now other than maybe Islam that could stand up to him in that division.
Yeah, I don't know. He is open to getting knocked out with the way he's taken these hits. So I don't think he looks unbeatable, but. He looks tough. I mean, he's good. He's got to figure out he's got to protect himself. I get you want to put pressure on, but you can't take hits from people like that.
And what I like too, the reason I kind of underestimated him, what I haven't seen before, I like after the fight he had some attitude, right? He was feeling himself. I've never seen him do that. That made me feel like, all right, maybe he is a champion. It's kind of like Rose. Rose surprises you because she's so timid and you never think she can fight. And I was like, I don't know, I'm the champion. You're like, she's going to get knocked out. But somehow she wins these fights. Like these guys, I don't know. So I saw some attitude I like. If all our viewers didn't tune out already because of the UFC talk, let's get into some Steelers. So that's what most of our fan base is here for, other than West Virginia. We'll see. We'll see if we keep you guys. You guys like UFC, right? Hashtag UFC in the comments. Come on. We need more UFC talk. You see how Wake is for the UFC talk? He loves it.
We like it.
We like it. How can you not?
Yeah, football's
Maybe
depressing right
we'll
now.
go to a fight in May and we'll live stream on Instagram from the event. We'll see. The Steelers. Let's get into the Steelers because that was the worst game of the season, and the fourth quarter was the best quarter of the season, which is weird in the same game. The first three quarters, the third quarter wasn't horrible. First half, it was worse than the Bengals game. It was worse than the Detroit game. It was worse than any game. It had me questioning everything. I mean, if you follow us on Twitter, you saw the tweets. I said everyone should be fired tomorrow. Offensive coordinator, defensive coordinators, coaching staffs. I knew Tomlin wouldn't go, but. And then they come out in the fourth quarter, and you know what? You really got to put it on Ben. I don't think there's anyone else that can get the credit for that. The defense stepped up a little bit after dropping, I don't know, what was after the first half, like 30 points, 33, something. They held him to no points in the third quarter, which allowed Ben to do his thing and pretty much will this entire team back into the game.
Well, yeah, it was terrible. Like you said, terrible first half. Didn't even show up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, almost even that the last play of the game, you fired that into Fairmouth, and it was there. It was in there. I mean, it was the only thing that had a chance. He got hit by three people, but it was there. He put it in there.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
But still, I mean, it's same story again. Kind of like the Chargers. You don't show up for half the game, three quarters of the game, and then you start playing and you end up losing a close game.
That's the thing. I mean, should Fairmouth have caught that? Maybe, but it shouldn't be up to him, your rookie tight end.
It shouldn't be
to make.
It would have been a great catch if he caught it.
Yeah,
but he had a chance. That's all you can ask for. I can't. You're getting hit by three people instantly as soon as the ball touches you. But that's not it. But losing the first half 23-0, that's an issue.
Yeah.
Which
makes this team so confusing. It's why we feel different every week. It's why we feel good after the Ravens. It's why after the Bengals, we want to quit the season. How can this team come out in the first? And I was texting you during the game, like, is this the same team that played last week?
Yeah.
Like they come out. How do you look like that the first half of the game and then come and put up 20, 30 points in the fourth quarter? It doesn't make any sense.
It's a big letdown after beating the Ravens. And you go and you just lay an egg like that.
And you saw what they are capable of when they in the fourth quarter. We could have won that game.
This is the season everybody's losing. I mean, you'd still be in the hunt. Now it's hard.
Yeah.
If you have that win, then you're 7-5 and you're right in the race.
Mm-hmm.
You might be one game out right now, I think.
Yeah.
Or a half game out, whatever it is.
And I just lost my train of thought. I was going to say something.
It's disappointing. It's a season where everybody's playing bad. Some teams are starting to get better. I think the Patriots and the Chiefs are starting to play the form, but everybody else, the other 5 spots,
it's wide open.
Two of them
you feel like you should be able to beat anyone.
Yeah. Everybody's getting hurt on the Ravens. The Bengals keep losing games that they shouldn't lose, and here we are.
It's annoying. Like we talked about it a little bit earlier. The Steelers, their big feature is their defense, right? They're supposed to have one of the best defensive teams in the NFL. TJ Watt's having a Pro Bowl season. He should, again, win Defensive Player of the Year. If he does, I don't know. But then you look at the numbers, and they're like the 22nd ranked defense in the league, the 28th on the run.
Yeah.
They're the 20 or the 15th on the pass. How are you the 28th ranked run defense?
Well, yeah.
I mean, you saw it against the Vikings. They ran through them like, and Troy Aikman doing the broadcast was confused. He didn't know what was going on. He said there's a big gap that they keep leaving and the Vikings are running through it.
Yeah.
Why? Whose fault is that? Do they not know? Is it the defensive scheme? What's going on?
Yeah.
It's a little play after play.
It's a little deflating when you have an offense that's not doing anything and you're having to go up there. And if you have an off night, you're going to lose. I mean, that's just what it seems like, because your offense gives you nothing and they just put you back on the field.
I mean, if you have to rely on your 40-year-old quarterback with no line and your rookie running back and tight end to win a football game in the fourth quarter, you're doing something really wrong. That's how we're winning games. Ben has to score 34 points in the fourth quarter. That's not good.
Yeah, and the rumors are this is Ben's last season, and it's not shaping up to be a good one.
Yeah.
We got 4 games left. You got Titans, Chiefs, Browns, Ravens, all tough games. All those teams are either in the playoffs or fighting to be in the playoffs.
And this is it. If you beat the Browns and the Ravens, that's probably, or you lose, that's probably your season. You got to beat them to get in because you got to win the points and you got to take the points away.
I think you have to go 3 out of 4 to have a chance.
I don't even know if I think if you take the Browns and the Ravens, I think you're in because you got to take the points away from them.
No, you'll have 8 losses and a tie. That means the teams would have to have 9 losses to get in.
Yeah. Okay. So you probably got to beat the Titans.
You have to go 3 out of 4. You can even lose to either the Ravens and Browns. I don't think we're going to win a division.
Yeah.
But you got to win 3 out of the 4 that get in the playoffs. You lose 2 of those, I think it's over.
Which doesn't look good.
And you get a pie pick. Maybe we can figure it out from that.
I mean, I thought so. Earlier we talked about a quarterback maybe, but this team's got so many issues now. I don't know if the draft is going to fix it. I ran it on that last show.
Well, need a good draft. Maybe need a couple good drafts.
And that too, I know a lot of our followers, I've been seeing them, chant for Kenny Pickett this whole season, which I know he's good, guys, but I mean, from the people I've heard from the experts, this is a weak quarterback draft. So I don't know if Kenny Pickett's the guy. I know you guys like him because he had a all-star season in Pitt, right? So a lot of our followers, that's their college team. We have a lot of Steelers Pitt fans. So, I mean, he's your guy, but I don't know if he's the guy that's going to come in and fix the Steelers.
He's got a chance. I don't rule him out. But I don't think this is definitely a weaker class than we've seen in a while.
And Tomlin has mentioned he doesn't want a rookie quarterback.
No, it's tough.
So I would look for, I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is unrealistic. Russell Wilson says he's moving on.
I don't want to give too much up for one of those guys. They're too old.
Well, Aaron Rodgers only signed a 1-year contract, right? So isn't he available?
I don't know.
After the season? I thought it was just 1 year. Maybe now I got to check. Russell Wilson.
I mean, if you can get him in free agency, okay, that's one thing.
Yeah.
Go for it. By all means. I don't know how attractive Pittsburgh is because we have a lot of holes. You don't have a great offensive line.
Aaron Rodgers has been flirting with us all year, Harry.
You got a good defense, and you got some all right receivers. Deontay Johnson's kind of coming on.
Yeah.
He's a bigger time receiver, but you still, I don't know. I think there's better fits, maybe.
If I were him, I wouldn't want to come here, but he's been going on Pat McAfee's show and talking about the Steelers a lot this year. I don't know. I don't know if he's messing with us. Is he trolling us?
Any picks
no
for these guys. If we had a team that was all set and ready and we just needed a quarterback, okay, but we don't.
No, we got problems.
Yeah.
Chase Claypool. Should we talk about him? I don't know. I'm done with him. I think they should cut him. I don't care anymore. No. I think they should cut him.
He's just not having the season. Yeah, not having a great season.
But you can't get. Here's the problem. It's the attitude, dude. It's not just about the game. You can't get benched for showboating and then come out in the fourth quarter and blow it like that. You got 30 seconds on the clock. You can't do your celebration at that time, man. You got no timeouts to run it. What are you doing? And this is what made me say we got to cut him. There's no redemption for this guy. After that, you go in your press conference and you blame your teammates. You blame Try Turner for knocking the ball out of your hand when he's trying to get the ball back to the line of scrimmage because you're posing. At least take the blame, even if you think it in your head. Shut up and take the blame.
Yeah.
Like, do you see Twitter and every sports show? We saw the video, bro. No one's saying Try Turner was in the wrong there.
The guy has 1 touchdown on the season. You need to get a little more.
That's what I'm saying. And that's the trouble. Like, a lot of these young players, they come and they're trying to be Antonio Brown. But listen, Antonio Brown was by far the best wide receiver in the NFL for about 4 years before he went crazy. You can't come in, put together half a good season, and then get the ego. You have to do something to get the ego first. What have you done, Chase Claypool? You had like an okay season last year, right?
He started off really hot.
Yeah. And then he cooled off.
And the whole team struggled.
The whole team started dropping balls. And then this year, you've done nothing. I don't know. I think he's what people think Juju is. People call Juju immature and he's a TikToker. But man, Juju's tough on the field. I don't care what anyone says. He's a Steeler. He might not be the one, the top wide receiver we thought. I think he's a better 2. And you can see that since he's been number 1, he hasn't performed as well. I think he's the perfect number 2 wide receiver. But man, I don't care if he TikToks in his free time. Who cares if he likes to dance? He's a Steeler. He knocks people down. He blocks his ass off and he cares. He gives a shit. I don't see any of that from Chase Claypool.
I agree.
You think Juju would get benched and then come out and pull some shit like that? No.
No.
No, come on. So
they got the team's got the work cut out for him in the offseason.
Well, hopefully
there's a lot of things that need fixed.
Is Deontay Johnson keeps growing and he can be a true number 1. And then Juju, that slots him at a perfect number 2. And you kind of fix your problems. James Washington looked really good last week when he had some opportunities.
I think Deontay Johnson and Najee Harris, those are your next stars. I think even Pat Fairmouth, he could be, he's coming up as a good
I saw some numbers the other day in Heath Miller's Pro Bowl season. He had 8 touchdowns. Pat Freiermuth already has 7, and the season's not even over yet. Yeah. He's going to be good, guys. Like for a long time.
There's some really good pieces.
Yeah.
Here, it's not like there's nothing there's a lot of holes to fill, but I think there's a lot of future stars that.
Your mom's got
terrible
throwback. You've been a fan of the show for a while.
It's a terrible person, but. I mean, the team's got a lot of bright spots.
Yeah.
There's good players. It's not hopeless. You got to fill around the team, get a bunch of role players, fix the line. The defense has a bunch of stars. Cam Hayward's getting old, which sucks because he's a really good player. Joe Hayden's getting old. He's about done.
Well, you hope the line, I think the most positive thing is hopefully this line can grow. I mean, they're a rookie. You know, one thing too, before we're off the Steelers, I wanted to mention, I got really mad at Green. And I was like, he's terrible. He's not a good center. I don't know why the Steelers drafted him. He's wasted, he's terrible. Like he's horrible. And he is. But the more I thought about it, not only is he a rookie, I think he's really bad at center. But the more I thought about it, he's not a center. The Steelers took him and they put him at center. That's not his natural position. He didn't play there in college. So that's on the Steelers coaching staff. Like, not only are you taking a rookie, you're taking a rookie in a year when your line's full of rookies. You have one player returning. So why would you take a rookie that's never played center and force him into center in this year? And this year, when you got a line full of rookies, and it's supposedly the year that you said you wanted to bring your quarterback for one more run at a championship, your 40-year-old quarterback. That's the year you get a rookie line and a center who's never played center before. Maybe
they didn't have an option.
You could have drafted a natural center.
Villanueva left, and then your best lineman called it quits.
Well, DeCastro, I think he was dealing with injuries, and that one was unexpected, right?
That's tough.
Yeah. So if you had
and then Pouncey too, Pouncey called it quits.
Pouncey, well, they knew that though. He retired right at the end of the playoffs, so they knew that.
Pouncey and DeCastro are your 2 best linemen.
Yeah. The DeCastro one was kind of late. So that one I can see kind of because he didn't decide till like training camp that he didn't want to go. He was too hurt. Pouncey was early. Alu got hurt. That's
tough. I don't put that on the Steelers. They tried to draft.
I put it on them for taking someone out of their natural position in this year.
Well, you got to fill in what you have. I mean, if you have a player that can play another position,
draft a natural center.
I mean, you got to take the best available.
Or go find someone. You're telling me they couldn't find one center in free agency.
This guy will be
anchor this team of rookies.
This guy will be all right. He's young. He's young. He's going to be all right.
Well, that's why, I was mad at him. But maybe if he was in his natural position, maybe if he was blocking the side, he'd be better. Because sometimes he just seems lost. I mean, you saw in that game, there was one point in the game where Ben was, and he didn't hike the ball. Like he didn't hear, he didn't know. Like what's going on? I think it's a lot of pressure for a rookie.
It will come. It's unfortunate the timing with everything, but it will come.
I don't know. That's back to my Colbert rant from last week, where you couldn't find someone in all off season to fill in.
I have faith in the future.
We'll see.
As long as I see progress.
Yeah.
Progress.
I think I have more faith in West Virginia, which is crazy.
Do you?
Yeah, I might. Let's get into that.
I do.
Real quickly, we got no football, but like I said, I had time to think about this a little bit. The more I think about it, Harry, maybe it wasn't too bad of a season. Last year was COVID year, so it's kind of a mulligan. All right, let's pretend last year didn't exist. We had some tough stretches, but we finished the season 6-6. But the positives, we won 2 big games: Virginia Tech and Iowa State. 2 huge ranked games, probably the 2 biggest wins of Neil Brown's career in this year. So 2 solid wins. You're a point away from Oklahoma. You blow it very late in the game. You should have beat Maryland. You blow it very late in the game from a Deggy turnover, and your defense got nothing left to give. So all things considered, you go 6-6. You get those 2 huge wins. That's pretty good, right? It's
gotta be glass half empty.
Shut up, Harry. No.
Glass half empty.
Okay. Glass half empty.
Maryland was trash.
Yeah.
We lost to them. Virginia Tech, way overrated at the time. Mm-hmm. They ended up fizzling out. Mm-hmm. Oklahoma had the QB, and this is when they had no offense and they were struggling. Texas Tech, all backups, and we lost. Iowa State, probably the worst year they've had in a while.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, when you put it like that, it doesn't sound as good.
I mean, I'm happy that we finished 6-6. Yeah. Got to a bowl. I said when we did the midseason thing, I said the things that could kind of salvage. You're not going to forget the whole season, but can kind of salvage how you feel about going forward is you go 4-2 and you make a bowl.
Yeah.
They did that.
And you wanted them to see them beat one of the big teams, which they did. So they didn't just win the easy games. So, yeah.
I wanted to see them go, 2 out of 3 between Iowa State, Oklahoma State, and Texas.
Yeah.
Texas ended up fizzling out really bad.
But they beat them, and they beat Iowa State, which is
They beat them. So, yeah. Do I feel better?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's definitely room to improvement.
Yes.
Room to improve. I don't feel like it was a great season. I still feel like it was disappointing, but
yeah,
at least I saw the team didn't give up in the second half, which is good.
And we got to mention Nico Marchiol, because every time we do, we get 1,000 views on those videos. So I'm going to throw that name out there just to do it. So hashtag Nico Marchiol, 1,000 views every time.
Oh, during the I call Zach Frazier made the freshman All-American team.
Yeah, I saw that. And he was good. He started the season kind of rough, but he was one of the better parts of that line.
Well, he had the bad Oklahoma game.
Yeah.
But he played well.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, we got 2.
He's an unnatural center, so he struggled early because that's not his position. But I feel like the more the season he looked better, the line in general looked better. So hopefully that's positive for next season.
It's good. I think the line is all right. We got 2 really good, strong pieces on the line to build from. We'll see. A lot of work to do. Next season will be tough.
Yes, but I'm positive. West Virginia basketball beat UConn. You like that, Harry?
Yeah, they got a ranked win. That's good. I was surprised. I wasn't expecting, but hey, they won.
Any hope this year? Are we going to have as much hype going into March as we did last season?
It won't be like last season.
Yeah.
We lost too much. But we got, Hugs is a good coach.
Yeah.
He put it together. Maybe we make the tournament, and who knows, once you're in there, maybe you can surprise some people. That's what I'm hoping for.
Let's hope. Let us know what you guys.
But that's the difference. I trust Hugs. He's a good coach.
Well, we don't know, right? We don't know what Neil Brown is yet.
Neil Brown hasn't shown me. I've seen Hugs take teams that not as talented and win big games.
Yeah. And what we've seen from Neil Brown has been concerning. We got to be honest about that. There's been some moments this year where he made some weird calls that he shouldn't have. And that's Deggy aside. I'm not talking about QBs, because we're going to just pretend that he knows more than us about his team, which he does. And he knew he was handcuffed and that Garrett Green wasn't ready. I know there's some strange podcasts out there, not to be mentioned, that think they're the voice of Morgantown, not to be mentioned, that write love letters to Garrett Green every week and think he is, I don't know who, the Baker Mayfield or something out here. I don't think he's that good. Will he be? Maybe. Will Crowder, some people think he's going to be really good. I don't know. But let's just pretend for a second that Neil Brown knows that those guys were not good enough to play this year, right? So you got Jarrett Dagey. You're stuck with Jarrett Dagey. That's a problem. That aside, Neil Brown made some very confusing calls this year, some very confusing play calls. He has timeout issues. He has management issues. It seems to be he has trouble playing with a lead. So it's concerning. But maybe as the team gets better, he'll get better too, right? I like the consistency. When you got all this turnover in the Big 12, I feel like we're very consistent, which I like. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, Jarrett Dagey will be back next year.
He will be back, it sounds like.
And he'll be tested. This team will be tested really early. So
yes. But, and you know, I've read a few of your guys' comments talking about Nico will probably get redshirted. So they probably won't want to play him too much, right?
Well, you can play in 4 games.
Yeah. But I feel like with him, at least, you'll have a guy where maybe you'll feel comfortable putting him in some of these games where Daggy looks bad. It won't be like this year where you just keep forcing them down their throats and hoping he'll adjust. So maybe we go there.
I don't know if you'll see him next year. Mm-hmm. If Daggy really struggles and Nico is doing good in practice and gets a chance and comes on, you may not be able to keep him off the field once he gets.
Well, I saw someone, a sports analysis, right? You know, Nico may be a job-saving quarterback for a coach, and he might have to at some point next year, right? If you're headed down again and you're looking for a negative season, you might not have any choice but to play him.
Yeah. We will see.
We will see.
The Big 12 is wide open.
Wide open.
Oklahoma is not the same. Mm-hmm. And Texas is struggling. Oklahoma State, Baylor. I mean, it's there. I don't think that.
Are you saying we could compete for a top 3 in the Big 12?
I mean, not with what I've seen so far.
I said that last show, and you said no.
I don't think we can. Not yet. No.
I think it's open.
But I don't think the top 3 is defined as it has been. You know, I don't think Oklahoma's guaranteed to win the conference.
For sure. That's what all I was saying. I'm saying you have really 2 solid teams that you know are going to probably do good unless something crazy happens. And then you got the rest of the teams, right? You got the worst teams. You probably got Kansas. That's probably not going to be that good. You just hope West Virginia is in the middle of the pack fighting and they're not with Kansas looking up, right? That's all you can hope for next season. Because this year it was a little close at times.
We will see. That's next year's problem. We'll figure it out.
Today's answer.
We'll see the hype.
Subscribe, comment.
We got a bowl game against Minnesota.
Yes. 2 weeks. Was it 2 weeks?
Sometime in December.
It's the 28th, I think. I don't know if that's 2 weeks. We're getting close.
A little over 2 weeks.
Like, subscribe, comment, follow your new favorite podcast for everything West Virginia, Steelers, Penguins on a 4-game win streak. They've been looking really good lately defensively. DeSmith got a shutout the other night. Jari's had shutouts and I think in the last 3 games they've allowed 3 goals maybe. In one of those games they beat the Ducks and the Capitals back-to-back nights. You love to see that.
Yeah.
They've been on fire. Gensel's been on fire, but unfortunately Gensel's hurt and he's week to week, so that's not good. So among all the injuries we're dealing with, Rust has been out. Gensel is now hurt semi-long-term. Gosh. Hopefully he can get back in January, you'd think, because he's been on fire. He was like on the longest point streak in the NHL right now, like 12 or 13 games. He's been on fire, man.
Good.
We're getting close to Christmas. You'd think it might be time to start eyeing Malkin too. I don't know, late this month, early next month, but we're getting right around that time, I think.
I mean, you're what? We're 4th in the division.
Mm-hmm. They're in the wild card spot.
There's a nice gap between the top 3.
Yeah.
But you also have a little bit of space between 5. So it's all right. I mean,
you're gonna have to climb here. You're gonna have to start separating yourself from these teams battling for wild cards, and you really want to try to get that third spot.
You've played 27. You still have, how many we got left?
We're about a third of the way there because there's 82 games a season.
82. Mm-hmm. So what, 55 games left?
Mm-hmm. Getting close.
That's good.
Seems like a lot, but I'm telling you, it goes fast, man. After Christmas, it's going to be the rush to the playoffs.
Just try and make up some of those, make up some of that distance.
Yeah, this is good because the Penguins have really struggled in putting together wins this year. It's been win 1, lose 1, win 2, lose 3. 4 wins in a row is good. I think it's the longest win streak they've had all year. So they got to keep it up. Hopefully Malkin's back soon. Hopefully Gensel's not out too long. And we can maybe, God, we haven't seen this team complete together yet. So Crosby's heating up. He had a slow start to the season, injuries, COVID, but there we go.
Well, there's some hope.
Hockey time. Let's go, baby.
There's some hope.
There's some hope. Good show today, Harry.
Good show, Joe.
You enjoy it?
As much as I can.
Did you guys enjoy it? If you did, subscribe, drop a like, comment. We appreciate you tuning in every week. We really do.
Send us topics.
So give us something to talk about because, college football's over, although we do got a bowl game coming up. Steelers. I mean, we do have a lot to talk about with the Steelers because every week it's either they are the team we've been waiting for. They're horrible. Penguins were right in that middle ground of the season, but what do you want us to talk about? What do you want to hear about right now? Guys, come on. We did get some comments for basketball. Harry, you got to watch more basketball. I might have to actually watch basketball, which is going to hurt, but I'll try. For the show, drop a like down below, subscribe. Oh my God, thanks for turning in, guys. Follow us on social media, H&J Talk Sports. I'll see you over on Twitter this Sunday. Steelers play Sunday, right? I'm guessing they do. I don't have a front of me. They play Sunday.
Yeah, I think so.
This Sunday, I'll see you for the Steelers versus Titans, right? Titans coming up. Titans. Let's go, guys. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Out.